It's Sunday the 3rd of September and I'm getting a jump start on the working week by picking a first batch of orders, and hopefully I'll get them ready to post out in the morning. So this is not necessarily the full weekend's orders, but let's take a look at where we are as of right now on Sunday. So we've got 10 orders on Bricklink, 8 orders on a Brick Owl, and there's 95 lots there on Brick Owl. There is 158 lots on Bricklink, and then on eBay we've got 6 orders going out as well. So as I say, I've already been picking and packing the first batch of orders. So let's see what we've got. In last week's vlog, I mentioned a few comments about eBay and the fact that I felt it's worth running an eBay store. And as a result of me talking about eBay, I actually listed a couple of used part-built sets. And this was one of them, and it sold for £14 plus shipping. I actually listed it for $15.99, but I took an offer to get it moving out quickly. Now the next one up is a Disney Mickey Mouse figure, which sold for $5.99, and then a Dudley Dursley from the Harry Potter movies, and then we've got a Marvel Studios Vulture minifigure, Indiana Jones figure, and a Boba Fett going out as well. So those were the 6 eBay orders that are going out. On to Bricklink and Brick Owl. So we've got an order going out here for lots of green parts, 300 of these headlight bricks, and then a bunch of plant related things. An order going out internationally. I think it's going to Switzerland, but can't remember. Now also in last week's vlog, I mentioned that I was going to trial removing the minimum order value on my orders, and this is the first order that I've got in, which is a result of me doing that. So this is one item for 33p, which is going out, but that's fine. We're going to see how that goes throughout the month and make a decision at the end of the month probably as to whether we're going to continue and offer a no minimum purchase on the store. More parts orders going out, lots of basic bricks going out here, and nothing too much to comment on until I get here, which was an order that I was quite pleased with. Not a large value order, but it was for 188 of these bright pink panels. So I had all of these stacked up, and I thought, you know, these rarely sell, and you know, I had visions of moving 1 or 2 of them, you know, gradually over the next couple of years, and then there you go, they all get bought out in one go. So that's Bricklink for you. You can never tell what people are really going to buy. More parts orders, a couple of minifig items in that particular one. And then we've got a Aldous Dumbledore figure. Now this one's interesting only in that I have a payment method set up on my Brick Owl store. I don't know if I've got this on Bricklink or not. I think I do, but it's for a bank transfer. Now this is, I think, the first person to ever choose to pay me by a bank transfer, and that's great because it means there's no fees, no PayPal fees, no other payment method fees, no Stripe fees, etc. So happy with that. I wish more people would maybe use bank transfer. I was a bit confused at first because it looked like it hadn't been paid, and then I realized it was a bank transfer, and then checked my bank balance, and it was there, sure enough. So good to see that is working. More parts orders on the go there as well. And we've got a few more orders still to pick, but I need to get this lot packed away to clear some space. And I'll probably leave those others until in the morning. But I've got a workman coming in the morning at 8. So I know I'm going to be tied up with him for a little while. So tomorrow morning is going to be, you know, a little bit more stressful than even normally on a Monday morning. So I wanted to get ahead of the game. It's now Monday morning and I'm ready to pack up the second batch of orders for the weekend. And yesterday I mentioned that I'd listed some things on the back of a question related to eBay. I'd put some part built sets on and in the hope that they would move. Yesterday I'd sold one, and then overnight I've sold another. So that's quite impressive turnaround. Listed them I think Friday, and they're both sold over the weekend, so quite happy with that. Next up we got some minifig heads, 7 of these skull heads going out, and then a few other bits and bobs, the odd minifigure part. This one is for a customer who'd also placed an order in the first batch, and I need to figure out if I can combine it, because unfortunately I've already printed the shipping labels and packed them, so this may have to go separately. Another small order there, and then more parts orders, one here, largely Technic type parts, lots of various connectors and lift arms, etc. And then 2 more orders over here, again largely parts orders, lots of plates going out in this one, and profile bricks, etc. And this was an odd one that I need to check my inventory for, because they bought 30 of these profile bricks, and according to Brick Freedom it's showing that I've got none left. But I added, you might remember from a previous video, I added a cup full from the pick a brick wall a week or 2 back, so I need to check why it's not showing those. So I may have screwed up with the upload or something there, I'll have to check. But anyway, I'm going to get these packed up and off to the post office. So we've got all of the orders out for today, and I'm going to start the rest of my week by working through a bag of printed items. So there's all kinds of stuff in here from, well, we've got boat pieces here, we've got panels, tiles, slopes, you name it, it's in here. So first thing to do is probably have a little bit of a sort through and break the categories down a little bit. I'd like to kind of get all of the tiles together, and maybe slopes and panels or the bigger items put aside as well. And I think that'll make it easier to go through, even though I'm using a sort of brick store to identify the items one at a time. I could just start pulling them out and doing that. But in terms of storage, I think it'll be easier to store all of the tiles together, so it'll be better to batch them like that. So that's the way I'm gonna try and tackle it, and we'll see how we get on. So here we are with the printed parts broken down into smaller categories. We've got panels, bricks, windows, 2x2 tiles, 1x tiles, round tiles, 2x2 round or curved slopes rather, and then various other bits and bobs as well. So now we start breaking down each of these and getting them listed. Quick look at Tuesday morning's orders. Pretty quiet morning, to be honest, and all of the orders are relatively small, so I'm just going to scan over them really quickly. This is the largest order going out today, and this is only about 15-16 pounds worth. So as you can see, fairly standard parts orders. This is another example of an order that is below the £1 minimum that I used to have. So those are the kind of orders that I'm going to be getting if I maintain that drop in the minimum order value. And that's only about the second or third one of those that I've had. On eBay we've got a Minecraft snow villager going out, but that's it for this morning. I'm going to get those packed away, and I'm going to continue on with the printed stuff that I'd sorted out yesterday, and I might get to this bag of plates that I've been putting off for a little while as well. Also got some of those sets still from last week, so we've got 3 Star Wars sets in there to get parted out, so that's another job to do, and I could really do, as always, with a tidy up in here. But lots to do. It's actually going to be a short week this week for me. Seems like that's what I'm saying every week recently, but I'm going away for a couple of days to see some family. So I'm going to do my post on Thursday morning, and then we're going to head off after that. So I'll do sort of half a Thursday and Friday as well, and then I'll be back in time for Sunday to get the orders on the move for next week. This is so infuriating. It's now 5 to 10. Royal Mail depots close at 10 o'clock, and they're doing an upgrade to the system, so I'm unable to print my manifest for the day. I've got my post all packed and labelled over there, and there's no way I can print the manifest. So I'm now left with 2 options, which will be to probably take the post to a post office with a manifest and hope that they process it. That's assuming I can get the manifest printed later today, or I'd take it all tomorrow, which adds another day to customers waiting, and I'll have to reach out and tell them. I just can't believe that they're upgrading a system knowing that their office hours are limited to 8 till 10 in the morning. It's just so crazy. But that's Royal Mail for you. Honestly, I just wish at times, and you can tell I'm ranting, but I wish there was another alternative to Royal Mail sometimes, because sometimes they just don't seem to have a clue what they're doing. Well, the Royal Mail manifest finally failed, and that meant I was able to delete it. And that means I'll be able to regenerate a new one now without any problem. Or at least I hope so. I'm going to have to go to the post office with it though and try and hand it over to them. I don't know how they'll be about me just turning up with a bunch of loose parcels though. I don't really want to separate my post into like 4 different parcels. So we'll see how that goes. What have I been working on? I'm in the middle of doing the dreaded studs. I've got more to sort, but this is what I've got so far in the cups. It takes an awful lot of cups because there's so many colours, and it's pretty tedious work for fairly low value as well, but needs to be done. You know, adds quantity to the store, adds variety, and you know, is additional lots to bring people to the store and hopefully pick up other things as they come. I've been working through other parts as well, adding them to the store. We've got 516 parts, so not a lot of parts because I was working through printed stuff primarily, but 328 lots, and hopefully they will primarily be new lots, so that should be a plus. Now 3 orders to pack and get ready to go to the post office with the rest of this morning's orders. We've got a parts order here from a regular customer, and they're a pretty prolific buyer across many sellers in the UK. Next up we've got a instruction booklet, and we've got a pauldron, a plastic pauldron in dark bluish grey, which is sold for £5. And then we have got a bunch of tiles, etc. So I'm going to get these packed up. It's unbelievably hot here. It's 32 degrees outside and I'm absolutely dripping and desperate to go and get out in the car, to be honest, and get the air conditioning on in the car and cool down a little bit. So I've just pushed up a BSX file that I've been working on today in Brickstore, and ended up with 2,370 items in 365 lots. Not for an enormous amount of money, £138. So that's not going to break the bank. But after uploading that added 300 of those items, or lots rather, to my lot count. So we've now got 13,348 lots, which is probably right up there with the highest lot count I've had. I've really struggled to keep it above 13,000, to be honest, and that's where I was pushing for with a lot of the things that I added in here, with printed parts and things that I knew I didn't have in stock, particularly with the exception of the 1x studs, that is. Most of the other things I knew that I really probably wouldn't have them in stock, and I could tell that as I was adding the remarks, of course, and putting them away. So quite pleased with that. 300 lots is good. I'm not expecting it to drive enormous sales or anything like that, because, as I say, they're all just odd tiles and things, but it'll be interesting to see if some of these get picked up over the next couple of days. It's Wednesday morning and we've got the orders picked and ready to be packed. So let's have a quick look at them before I get them packed and off to the post office. We've got 75 of these round eye tiles going off to the US. Another example here of someone taking advantage of the no minimum fee at the moment. And then lots of other parts orders. This one came out of the bulk haul a week or two back when I had all of the train stuff, and that sold for £5. More minifig parts, and then really just a bunch of various parts orders going out, and a single eBay sale today for this 75100 first order snow speeder. So that's it for this morning. Going to get these off and then get back and see what we can find to do for the rest of the day. So I'm back at the container for the first time in a while, and as you know, I had intended to downsize this and I've just not had a chance yet. So I've got some things in the car, a bunch of boxes and storage things, etc., that I just needed to get out of my room, so I thought I'd take the opportunity and bring them across and leave them in here where there's plenty of space. Now, while I'm here, I'm gonna take a tub back with me, and it's not a super exciting one, not one that I'm gonna be sorting on video, I don't think, because this is all used overflow that came from the Bricklink store, so it's already sorted into various categories and things, so it's just a case of getting that all sorted and counted and added to the store. Still plenty more. There's another tub that I highlighted here that's got a few sort of part built things in that I was tempted to take with me, but I don't want to overfill the room back at home, so I think I'm just going to take the one box. That's going to take me a while to get through. I also have a bunch of bags on the top here. Now, these were when I was in a rush to empty the last of the drawers that I sold, and these were taken out of the various drawers, etc. So I might take some of these bags back with me to sort as well while I'm at it. Some of them will be quick additions I'm more concerned about where I'm putting them, to be honest. Where there's bulky parts like that, I don't have an enormous amount of large drawers left to add them to, so we'll see how we get on with that, but I'll probably take a few back with me. So I'm going to get the car unloaded, get it dropped off into here, and then I need to try and arrange with a couple of my boys to get across here with me and get moved into the smaller container. Although, to be honest, my wife's quite keen to keep the larger one and have us empty the loft and put it in here, but my problem with that is while it's in the loft, it doesn't cost us anything, whereas this does. So I'm less inclined to take that option, but we'll see what we think in the coming weeks. Right, so I brought this lot back from the container, just a couple of bags of things. So I'm gonna start and get some of this lot added to the store. And I don't know if I showed you this when I was at the container. I mean, this is mostly all bagged into type, so we've got some clips, and most of them even have the part numbers written on them, which is what Bricklink used to do quite often. He would write the part number on the bag to say what they were. So lots of good stuff in here. It's going to take a while to list. I'm going away tomorrow, so I'm certainly not going to get very much of it listed in the next in the next couple of hours while I'm around, basically. But I'll have a rummage through. It's going to be quite a few thousand parts in here, I would think, especially since a number of them are smaller ones. We've got some black bars there. We've got all kinds of stuff. So I'll get cracking, and we'll see what we can get added during the course of the day. And tonight I'll have to start prepping the vlog ready for you guys for the weekend. It's going to be a short vlog because there's only really 3 days worth of content, and then I'll be back in time to start vlogging again next Monday when I get back. Now I'm a bit light. What I could have done with doing was bringing another tub back, to be honest, one of the mixed tubs like the one I showed you that I demarked, because most of these are pretty empty and I need to get some more bulk sorting going on, and that's going to be my job, I think, when I get back next week. So I've managed to get a bunch of parts listed. I haven't uploaded this yet. This is 3,875 items in 66 lots, and as you can see from the box here, I've barely scratched the surface, to be honest with you. So that's there's going to be probably tens of thousands of parts in that tub. So we'll get them listed as and when we can. This is going to be it for today. Those nearly 4,000 parts are worth about £110, and I'm going to get them uploaded now, and that's probably going to see me done for this week, apart from spending some time this evening getting the vlog ready for you guys to watch on Sunday. We'll be back next week, as I said, for a full week's worth of vlogging, and we'll speak to you then.